In last video, it was discussed that the detention order can be challenged before High Court prior to execution of the detention order and after execution of the detention order. The case of Government of India versus Alka Subhas Gadia, 1992, Supplementary 1 SCC 496, laid down certain grounds on which the detention order can be challenged at pre-execution stage. The case of Alka Subhas Gadia is very interesting in the sense that High Court has ordered the agencies to produce detention order and ground of detention to the wife of the proposed detainee who was absconding. When it was not complied by the enforcement agency, the High Court started contempt proceedings, and at this stage the enforcement agencies approached Supreme Court by way of filing a special writ petition. Honorable Supreme Court in its decision has enumerated 5 broad grounds on which a detention order can be challenged at pre-execution stage, and they are that the impugned order is not passed under the act under which it is purported to have been passed, that it is sought to be executed against a wrong person, that it is passed for a wrong purpose, that it is passed on vague, extraneous and irrelevant grounds, or that the authority which passed it order had no authority to do so. So these 5 grounds have been the backbone to challenge the detention order at pre-execution stage. However, in Subhas Popatla Dave versus Union of India 2012 7 SCC 533, Honorable Supreme Court has held that the 5 grounds which are mentioned in Alka Subhas Gadia are not exhaustive. And certain other grounds may also be challenged. Honorable Supreme Court in Subhas Popatla Dave has held that nowhere in Alka Subhas Gadia case has it been indicated that challenge of the detention order at the pre-execution can be made only in the 5 exceptions referred to therein, by prefacing the 5 exceptions in which the courts could interfere with an order of detention at pre-execution stage with the expression which the Lordship possibly never intended that said 5 examples were to be exhaustive. In common uses or parlance, the expression which means, in other words, there is no aura of finality attached to the said expression. The use of expression suggests that the 5 examples were intended to be examples and are not exhaustive. On the other hand, Honorable Court clearly indicated that refusal to interfere on any other ground did not amount to abandonment of the said power. Supreme Court further held in the same judgment of Subhas Popatla Dave the right of detainee to challenge his detention at the pre-execution stage on the ground other than 5 grounds set out in para 30 of the judgment in Alka Subhas Gadia case required further examination. There are various pronouncements of the law by the Supreme Court where detention order have been struck down even without the apprehension of detainee on the ground of absence of any live link between the incident for which the detainee was being sought to be detained and the detention order, and also the ground of staleness. There are issues which are not before the these were not the issues not before the honorable judges in deciding Alka Subhash Gadia case. The law is never static but dynamic, and to hold otherwise would prevent the growth of law, especially in matters involving the right of freedom guaranteed to citizens under Article 19 of the Constitution, which is sought to be taken away by order of preventive detention, where a citizen may be held and detained not to punish him for any offence but to prevent him from committing such offence. The most precious right of citizen in is right to freedom, and if the same has to be interfered with, albeit in the public interest, such power has to be exercised with extra caution and not as an alternative to the ordinary laws of the land. Matter directed to be placed with again before this same bench for final hearing and disposal. Now, I myself challenged one detention order at pre-petition stage in Bombay High Court and relied on these judgments, but High Court did not appreciate my argument of Subhash Lal Popatlal Dave and held that until unless all the ground mentioned in Alka Subhash Gadia case are satisfied, the court is not going to interfere in the detention matter before pre-petition stage. This aspect has to be decided and given greater amplitude as the precious right of the detainee is infringed by way of passing a detention order. The detention order normally is passed on the basis of the proposal sent by sponsoring authority to detaining authority, and somehow the detaining authority is under pressure from sponsoring authority to pass the order if there is something between the proposed detainee and the sponsoring authority. Coming to the next aspect of detention, that is its challenge after the execution of detention order on the detainee. High Court has power under Article 226 of Constitution to look into the detention order, ground of detention, with a view whether it was passed on the basis of the material which were before detaining authority, proper application of mind were there or not, whether detaining authority has applied its mind to arrive at subjective satisfaction. The detention order also can be challenged directly in the Supreme Court under Article 32 of Constitution of India. Now, while challenging the detention order before High Court or Supreme Court, as the case may be, the advocate drafting the petition has to be very, very careful in scrutinizing the detention order, ground of detention, the list of relied upon document and the document supplied. The detention order itself narrates only the purpose of detention by detaining authority, the place of detention, under what power the detention order will be issued. But it also mentions the very activities on which the detention order is to be issued. And if the detention order have something different from the ground on which the order is passed, then it is vitiated. The ground of detention, as mentioned in earlier videos, are formulated by the detaining authority on the basis of the proposal forwarded by sponsoring authority, the material placed before it by sponsoring authority, and if the goods involved are liable for confiscation under 111 and 111(13), only then detention order under PAFEPOSA has to be passed. So, if there is no goods involved which are liable for confiscation under section 111 or 113 of Customs Act, then PAFEPOSA cannot be passed. Here it is pertinent to mention that there are other sections in Customs Act under which the goods are liable for confiscation, but for the purpose of PAFEPOSA, for the purpose of smuggling activities, section 111 and 113 are very important and relevant. So, once the ground of detention is formulated and duly served on the detainee along with list of documents and relied upon documents, the advocate drafting the petition has to go through each and every ground mentioned in the ground of detention and the documents on the basis of which that particular ground has been formulated by the detaining authority. If it is closely scrutinized, then it will be found that whether there is application of mind by the detaining authority or not, or the detention order has been broadly adopted from the proposal forwarded by sponsoring authority and simply signed by detaining authority as a matter of routine. If this course of action has been adopted by the detaining authority, then the detention order is liable to be coerced for non-application of mind. In the next video, I will dwell upon the various aspects of the writ petition and the representation which have to be sent to various authorities for consideration and decision thereof. Before parting, it is again requested to please subscribe to my channel, and if it is found worthy, then please like it. This video is intended for the benefit of the common people who are not aware of retention law, the students of law, the practicing lawyer, and please share it for their benefit. Thank you.